They'll start something. If you have an idea, you should let it fly.
In Westminster, Colorado, I'm Alexa Liaco reporting.
All right, Alexa, thank you for that report. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I'm Michelle London. Denver 7 News at 5 starts right now.
We heard multiple gunfire shots. We knew one had hit the house.
Bullets hit several homes in a Centennial neighborhood. One just misses a 7-year-old boy.
It was so scary to realize exactly how close it had come.
Now police need your help finding the people responsible.
Swatting calls targeting Colorado schools. We're hearing from Denver school officials about their response, what worked and what didn't.
We want to make sure that law enforcement has the intelligence and tools available to respond.
The Avs are keeping a star player in Colorado
And giving him a big raise to make him the highest paid player in the NHL.
I just want to be part of the team and try to win another cup this season.
False reports of active shooters forced several school districts to evacuate schools and call police. It's something called swatting, and it happened at several schools in Colorado yesterday.
So these are the Colorado schools targeted by the swatting calls. They include 2 here in the metro, East High in Denver and Everett Middle School in Wheat Ridge. Now, thankfully, police determined there was no threat at any of these schools.
Denver 7's Brandon Richard is joining us live now. And Brandon, what is Denver Public Schools saying about its response to threats of an active shooter?
Well, tonight, local and federal law enforcement, including the FBI, working to determine who was behind this false report as officials prepare to review their response, what worked and what didn't. Denver police say the call came in at 1:53 p.m. Monday. Police say that's when a male voice called their dispatch center to report an active shooter at East High School, setting off a chain of events police routinely practice for.
Officers quickly responded. There were officers on scene in less than 2 minutes.
They were quickly able to determine the threat wasn't real, in large part because Denver police were able to access Denver Public Schools cameras and get live video from inside the school. It's one of the many ways school leaders say they work with the police department to keep students and staff safe.
We've made significant investments in our security technology across the district to make sure that our systems are integrated.
Michael Eaton, the chief of safety at DPS, says technology also allows them to lock down any school from a central location. That's what they did Monday, locking down East High School 2 minutes after the false threat was called in. Eaton says overall, he's happy with law enforcement's response, but says communication with parents could have been better. Many parents took to social media and called the Denver 7 newsroom looking for any information about what was happening.
We know that we didn't do a great job in communicating with parents yesterday through our automated systems, and we need to improve that. And so we are debriefing that with our communications team and identifying opportunities on how we can improve crisis communications. This is very traumatic for kids, and if we find you, we're gonna make sure that you're prosecuted.
Like with every threat, Eaton says his team will get together with DPD and review the response in more detail. In the meantime, he hopes whoever's behind the false threats will be caught. And investigators say whoever is behind the false threat there at East High School and those threats at schools across Colorado could face serious consequences. We're live in Denver tonight. Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
All right, that is disturbing. Brandon, thank you for that. And diving deeper into the consequences people could face for swatting, Trump says punishment could come from both the school and from law enforcement.
Threat makers don't realize that once they press send, they can't put the threat back into the smartphone. And when they are caught through the digital footprints, they're going to get a ton of consequences, including suspension, expulsion from school if they're students, and criminal prosecution with demands for restitution for all of the costs involved with law enforcement and school officials having to ramp up security and respond to these threats.
Ken Trump there, and he says it's important for parents and educators lead the conversation, tell students that this is not just a prank, this is a cruel hoax.
Random gunfire hit several homes in Centennial, coming dangerously close to hitting one young boy who was inside his home. Denver 7's Jason Grenauer is joining us. Jason, that boy's father's still shaken up.
Yeah, and understandably so. He tells us he was at home on Sunday night when him and his family, they heard gunshots. coming from outside. It wasn't until later that they realized one of those shots had come within inches of his 7-year-old son. Now, this happened Sunday night at around 8:30 on South Flanders Street, not far from Smoky Hill and Himalaya Streets. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office said neighbors reported hearing around 10 gunshots and a car speeding away. Several of the rounds hit nearby homes. We want to show you just how close it came to hitting that boy. His dad tells us the boy was sitting in this computer chair playing video games and luckily was leaning forward, and the bullet missed him, hitting the arm of that desk chair.
We didn't realize it at first. My son had told us, hey Dad, something went through the office, and we thought he had just heard the same sound we had heard, but it found out once the sheriff's office was with us and we were looking around to see where it hit the house. We finally realized we found the point underneath our window on the side of the house, and then we traced that back into the house and figured out it was inches from my 7-year-old.
Now, thankfully, no one was injured. The sheriff's office is still looking for the shooter or shooters. They're asking for surveillance or doorbell video camera footage from neighbors as they look for a suspect. Live in the studio tonight, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
All right, Jason, thank you. The man wanted in connection to the death of a Weld County deputy is in jail tonight on a $500,000 bond. Roberto Garcia Gonzalez made his first court appearance today after being taken into custody last night. The Weld County Sheriff says there is evidence he was drunk when he crashed into Deputy Alexis Hine-Newts on Sunday. She was riding her motorcycle on her way to work. Garcia Gonzalez was taken into custody using her handcuffs.
People living at a Denver apartment complex are concerned about the state of their homes after enduring 4 floods in the last 2 years.
And we're told the floods are because of problems with the pipes. As Denver 7's Colette Bordelon reports, some people don't think enough's being done about it.
What you hear coming from inside the Thomas Bean Towers in Denver.
Making it impossible just to even hear yourself think.
Are fans lining the hallways and taking up space in the units.
The unit we're in now, it has, 3-4 fans, but at one time I think there were 17 fans in here.
The fans are there to dry out the carpet after the 4th flood in the building in the past 2 years, all of which are because of issues with the pipes.
Oh my God. Well, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, even just in a couple of months that I've been here.
Cleo Franklin doesn't live here, but is a caregiver for one of the residents. Speaking on behalf of the people she's come to know.
They're scared of being evicted or other actions being taken against them by the management.
The building is operated by the Denver Housing Authority, DHA, which provides thousands of people with affordable housing. They say they responded immediately to the recent flood and that a remediation company was there within an hour. DHA says more than 40 units were impacted in some way.
Management needs to reach out more to these people because I wouldn't want my mom to live over here.
Dietrich Thompson says he lives and works at the Thomas Bean Towers and believes more could be done to help his neighbors.
It's about the care and the caretaking. You're just not a managing team.
DHA says all the spaces are livable and that no one had to be relocated. They added that they asked residents if they wanted to relocate, and they say everyone declined.
They shouldn't have to live in these conditions.
Those with DHA say next year the building is slated for a $10 million renovation, which will include fixing the pipes. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
All right, good news, Avalanche fans. The Stanley Cup champions are keeping Nate McKinnon around for a long time with a major contract extension that will pay him big bucks.
Denver 7 Sports Director Lionel Bienvenu joins us now, and they make this deal less than a month before the regular season starts.
Guys, it's one day before they start training camp. Perfect timing, huh? Yeah, this is great news. Nate McKinnon's not going anywhere at any time. The Avs star forward is staying right here where he belongs. He agreed to a new contract extension with the Avs for 8 years and $100.8 million. That makes Nate the highest paid player in the NHL. He's Nate the Rich. Now, when it comes to average salary, and he's worth every penny. He signed this new deal right here late this afternoon at the Avs charity golf tournament down in Castle Pines North today. Joe Sakic also put his signature on this monster deal that'll keep Nate in Colorado for the rest of his career. Now, Nate is the engine that drives this team, scoring 13 goals in the playoffs, which ended with the Avs and Nate lifting the Stanley Cup. Now, I said they're getting ready to hit the ice tomorrow for training camp, and Nate told us he's glad this contract situation is done, and he can concentrate on that, winning another cup this season.
Yeah, it was a relief. I didn't want to play out the season without a deal. I didn't want to talk about it and think about it. I just want to be part of the team and try to win another cup this season. And big weight off my shoulders. Obviously, really lucky to get a deal like this. And yeah, it feels great.
All right, the Avs are the heavy favorites to repeat as Stanley Cup champions. They got McKinnon and Landeskog, Rantanen and Makar, Nichushkin and Lehkonen, Gerard, O'Connor, Georgiev, all of them under contract for at least the next 3 years. This team's in the process of building a dynasty right here in the new hockey town. We'll have much more coming up at 6.
Secret casino-style gambling is happening in strip malls across Colorado.
The lady last week was up to $13K.
Denver 7 investigations have helped shut them down, but officials want more to be done to stop them from operating.
It's not a safe, regulated, legal market.
Plus, dozens of people are accused of defrauding the government of millions of dollars in pandemic relief funds.
Hot again today, but big changes coming as this cold front and this moisture combine to really cool us off.